Hey there, and welcome to another video by Worship and Strings. In this particular video, I'm going to talk about what every classically trained violinist, violist, or cellist would need to know before joining the worship band, or if you have been playing with the worship band already, these are some key insights that will be helpful for your next rehearsal. And if you feel like you would have to make an adjustment of some sort because your worship leader said so, or it has to do with something related to your worship band, by all means do it. These are just things that are universally applicable for any worship band, regardless of how large or how small it is. And disclaimer, I do want to preface that these are some things that I personally have developed, and these have worked from my personal experience collaborating with worship bands for over 20 years. So let's get right into it. So how I'm going to structure this is I'm going to boil it all down into the 3 Ks. The very first K on our list is to know your role with the worship band. So then what does it entail when a classically trained musician like a violinist, violist, or cellist is playing with a rock band? Because essentially that's what worship bands are. Just like the other melodic and chordal instruments in the worship band, it is also crucial for the string player to know chords, also know basic time signatures such as 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 would need to be learned the most for classical string players would have to be chords, since when we look at a chord chart at first it can be intimidating, and I was there with you when I was feeling all sorts of panic. But I will say that it does get easier the more that you play them, the more that you try to analyze what is best to play. It'll get easier as you go, so let that be the assurance you need. After you've developed at least a basic understanding of musical chords and how they are integrated in worship songs, this answers the question of what exactly you should play, actually. This is a question I get asked all the time. I get asked this all the time, and to be honest, the only answer I could give you is it depends. It depends on the worship song, because every worship song has different chords, every worship song has different structures. Some have 4 verses, some have 2, some even have like more than one chorus. Like there is not just one chorus, but sometimes it's just with different lyrics. All of these play a huge part because it helps you figure out whether you're playing the melodic aspect of the song or the chordal. And I would also like to disclaim something else, because not only is every worship song different, but every worship ensemble is also different. So what does that mean? The worship band that you're playing with is obviously not going to be the exact same band that Elevation Worship has or that City of Light has. So this plays into the next K on our list, which is to know your ensemble, also known as the band, the worship band. First and foremost, let's review what exactly creates a worship band. So with that being said, it's important to know exactly what role each instrument plays. Probably identify pretty quickly what the drums offer the rhythm, keys offer the chordal accompaniment, and can sometimes play the melody, here and there, maybe in like the introduction. And this is actually something that the string players can do too. And we know what the vocalist is doing most of the time. Even with backup vocalists, like they're going to sing harmony, but then their rhythm is not going to be drastically different if they're not going to do some kind of ad-libbing like we're going to do as string players. So if anything, our job requires more creativity. On the other hand, vocal harmonists are basically singing in homophonic texture with the main vocalist who's singing the main melody. So keep that question in mind when you are going to your next worship band rehearsal. What are all the other instruments playing? What are they doing? When are they going to play loud? What are they playing during the bridge, during the verse? When does the dynamic get softer? All of these depend on every worship song, as previously stated in the first K, knowing your role with the worship band as a string player. So then the last K that we have on our list is to know what to listen for. It is great to listen to the worship band sound overall, including your playing, and to also listen for certain instruments' entrances and exits, because these play a crucial part into when we should play. For example, I know that in many worship songs, the chorus, the very first chorus of worship songs, is when the dynamic starts to increase more and more, whether it's gradual or whether it is a little bit faster than gradual. So then oftentimes the chorus would be the best place for string players to begin playing in a worship song. So if it feels like it might be a little bit overwhelming to listen for all of the instruments, it boils down to knowing what the main instruments are going to do. What are they going to play? When are they going to play softer? When are they going to play louder? That's when you can figure out what to play from there. And here's a little bonus tip. This was something that I needed to understand as well. It's okay if you like to play solo repertoire. Absolutely fine. I think that's what shaped us. It shaped our technique, it shaped our hearing ability in music and in hearing chords. And when playing with a worship band, as string players, I think we can carry that same ability of serving the composer into serving God through our music. I mean, this is something your worship leader probably talks about, or your worship pastor talks about already, and remaining in serving mode is going to be what will help you in the long run. So yes, develop the musical integrity from the 3 Ks that we understand, and also understand too that spiritual integrity is crucial in a worship band environment setting especially. All right, so keep these 4 Ks now. Keep these 4 Ks in mind for your next worship band rehearsal. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you and what exactly you have questions on. Probably have not really found anyone to answer the questions you have when playing with worship bands. This is something that is still being understood, so feel free to ask your questions down below in the comment section, and look at the description box for more information about how to do this, because we're all in this together. And I will see you guys in the next video.